So we have our first student, Prarthana. Hi, Prarthana. First of all, just like how to give, the CUET. Still tip that you want to give to other aspirants or.
So hi everyone. So we see that the students have started coming out after the slot 2 examination, and we are outside Gyan Jyoti Institute of Management and Technology. So we are just taking feedback from students that how they found the paper. So we have Amrita with us. Amrita, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Amrita, and I'm from Panchkula itself, and I've given my geography exam today.
So which school are you from?
I'm from Army Public School, Chandi Mandir.
All right. So how was the exam?
The exam was pretty easy, and I hadn't expected it to be that easy, but it was very easy, and I'm pretty sure everyone will be able to do.
So you must be feeling kind of relieved after
Yeah.
all that hype about CUET
Usually.
that it's going to be a difficult exam. Nobody knew what's going to happen.
Right.
So, how are you feeling now for the other test that you have?
I think that I'll be able to do the next exams very easily because I know the level of difficulty which was there in the geography exam, and I think I'll be able to perform well in the other exams as well.
Great, great. So how were the questions? Like, were they from the syllabus, or did you find anything out of syllabus, or whatever was told to you, it will all be from NCERT based?
Yeah, every question was within the NCERT itself, and nothing was from outside.
All right.
And there were like case-based questions were there, and factual-based questions are there, and data-based.
Okay, so I'm sure a lot of students must be relieved to know that everything is coming inside from NCERT only. So what was your center preference? How when you were applying for it, did you face any difficulty while application or anything?
No, I didn't face such difficulty.
Alright.
I had applied for Chandigarh itself.
Okay, great, great. So, and we were hearing that there were some technical issues happening in the slot 1. So, did you face any technical
I
error?
did not face any technical
All
error.
right, that's great. That's great. So, what was your strategy for preparation for the
I
exam?
just did the NCERT thoroughly, and then I practiced the mock tests which were there on the internet.
Okay.
That's it.
And what kind of questions did you get in geography?
Geography, they were like the case-based questions were there,
Alright.
and data-based questions are there,
Okay.
and factual-based.
All right, that's amazing. So, when we talk about level of difficulty as compared to the board exams, so what did you find? Is it the level of difficulty same as board exams, or is it more difficult or easier than that? How did
I think it was easier than the board exams.
All right, so that's again a good news because students are very confused and skeptical
Right.
about it. So, were you skeptical before giving the exam?
Yeah, at the beginning I was quite skeptic about it, but later on everything was, all good.
Great. Thank you so much, Amrita. Thank you for sharing your feedback. So, guys, this was Amrita. So, we will be getting more students, and let's see what they have to say about the CUET exam.
So we have one more student from the commerce background. So, hi, Khushi.
Hello.
How was your accountancy paper? Because most of the students wants to know about the commerce accountancy specifically, as accountancy is considered to be one of the difficult subjects in the commerce stream.
It was good enough. Matlab, it wasn't much difficult. The level was according to boards.
Okay. So can you just give me, because we know that there is partnership, share capital and financial statements book. So can you just give me a brief of these three, categories, that what type of questions were there in partnership, share capital and financial analysis?
From the financial analysis book, which is the third book, we got more questions from cash flow statements. There was only one question from ratio analysis and a theory question from common size comparative statement, that whether it is vertical or horizontal. So that's a pretty common question which often gets asked. And from share capital book, debenture ka theory was more, and share capital se we got a case study question which was a practical question. And partnership wali book se we didn't get a longer question जो usually आता है, but we got more of ratio questions to find out the sacrificing or gaining ratio of a partner.
Okay. So even ideally, जैसे partnership में we have dissolution and we have reconstitution and the dissolution part. So which one was more easier to answer? It was reconstitution or the reconstitution?
We got only one question from dissolution in the entire paper, so dissolution was easy because it was a theory question.
Okay. All right. So any particular questions from NPO?
NPO practice subscriptions, practice fund-based accounting, match fund and all the funds thing, and which thing comes where, whether it is a revenue receipt or a capital received.
So if we ask what is the ratio between the theory and the practical questions, what will you answer?
85.
Okay. So around
15.
85% were theory. So what type of theory has been asked?
Theory was not actually वो मतलब entirely theory based questions. It had a hint of practical. मतलब you have to find out whether this particular account should be debited or it should be credited, or is it a revenue receipt or a capital receipt. So you need to have knowledge about the balance sheet, which thing comes in the balance sheet, what comes in the income and expenditure account, in the P&L account. So you need to have practical knowledge to even solve the theory questions also.
Okay, so ideally we can say that journal entries have to be focused more while giving the CUET accountancy.
Yeah, journal entries need to be focused. From the partnership book, there were journal entries to transfer.
So any question you found outside the syllabus or outside the syllabus which NTA has given?
No, there was no question which was out of.
So guys, we have Piyush with us here. He's come all the way from Patiala for his CUET exam. Piyush, please come here. So how are you doing now? How are you feeling after the exam?
Happy because the paper was very easy.
Paper was easy because there was a lot of hype. People were skeptical before giving the exam. So were you nervous before the exam?
Yes, ma'am, I was, but after giving the exam, I am happy now.
All right, great. So was the syllabus similar to what you'd studied for your board exams in 12th, or how was it?
Yes, ma'am, it was similar to class 12.
Alright. Okay, great. So, what was your center preference? Like, did you prefer Chandigarh only since you are from Patiala? So,
Yes.
or had you filled some more centers as well?
No, ma'am, I preferred Chandigarh only.
Okay. All right. And when you were doing the application process, when you were going through that, so did you face any difficulty during that? Any confusion? Anything that you were not able to understand? So, anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, great. And what was your strategy for preparation?
I studied by myself.
Okay. So, like you just took, as you told me, that NCRT, that's what you followed, and and how did it, how well you will be able to score? What is your take on?
I will score good, I think.
So you had geography today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What kind of questions did you get in geography?
NCRT based questions were there only.
All right. So case studies, MCQs, what was it?
Case studies questions भी थे और normal MCQs.
ठीक है. And उसके अलावा आपकी कॉलेज प्रेफरेंस क्या है? वो कौन से कॉलेज में जाना चाहते हो?
Ma'am, DU North Campus is preference.
All right, great. So, Piyush, anything that you would like to share with the students who still have to give the exam, जिन्होंने अभी देना है, उसके उनके साथ आप कोई feedback या कोई tips या कुछ भी share करना चाहेंगे?
I just want to say, don't panic. Just follow NCRT only. The paper was easy. You will be able to answer many questions.
All right, great guys. So as you have just heard from most of our students here that the paper is easy, and he's saying that don't panic, just prepare, just follow NCRT, and you will be able to crack the exam. So thank you so much for being with us here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So hi everyone, we just came across with multiple students and we collected many reviews from them regarding the entrance test CUET in the second phase today. And as you can see that we are standing right in front of Gyan Jyoti Institute of Management and Technology, which is based in Chandigarh. So we've collected few more reviews on accountancy, and accountancy, as you know students, is one of the toughest subjects for commerce stream. And for accountancy, of course, you have four different subtypes, categories like NPO, partnership, and you have share capital and financial statements. So as many students have mentioned that NPO was very easy. So students NPO को थोड़ा सा theoretically read करिए and उसमें subscription based questions को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उसके practice करिए. For partnership, again admission, retirement. So in particular subjects के लिए आपको journal entries पे focus करना है. Share capital, again as we know, बहुत ही बड़ा एक लेंदी क्वेश्चन आया है, एक पूरा केस बेस्ड क्वेश्चन आया है. सो ट्राई टू अटेम्प्ट मोर एंड मोर फ्रॉम द शेयर कैपिटल लॉन्ग क्वेश्चंस जैसे आप अपने बोर्ड्स में अटेम्प्ट करते हैं. एंड एज फार एज द डिबेंचर इज कंसर्न, as far as the reviews, so debenture was more or less very easy, so don't worry about that. And we talking about cash flow से कुछ क्वेश्चंस अच्छे लेवल पे आए थे. अच्छे मीन्स ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस आपके कैश फ्लो से आए थे. रेशियो एनालिसिस बहुत ही कम क्वेश्चन questions, merely debt equity and current and quick ratios. So in related questions आपके आए थे. So accountancy we've given full and fledged reviews and definitely और students को हम यहाँ पे लेकर आएंगे ताकि वो भी अपने reviews आपसे share कर सके. For legal studies in the morning slot it was again easy, and in the second slot also students have given the same review. It was easy, but yes, आपने अगर NTA के mocks को बहुत अच्छे से दिया होगा, so आपको थोड़ा सा analyze आप कर पाओगे कि कुछ क्वेश्चंस आइडेंटिकल थे, कुछ क्वेश्चंस सिमिलर थे. सो अगेन वन लेसन टू ऑल ऑफ यू, अगर कोई भी कमीशन आपको मॉक्स देता है, ऑफिशियल मॉक्स आते हैं, सो ट्राई टू प्रैक्टिस देम मोर एंड मोर, क्योंकि अगर आप उन्हें प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तभी आपको समझ में आएगा कि व्हाट इज एग्जैक्टली गोइंग टू बी देयर इन द एग्जामिनेशन. देन वी हैव मोर रिव्यूज ऑन द ज्योग्राफी. सो ज्योग्राफी मोर और लेस वाज प्रिटी सिमिलर टू योर टर्म 1 बोर्ड एग्जाम्स. जैसे हमारे स्टूडेंट्स ने कुछ बताया था कि ज्योग्राफी में आप अगर अपने एनसीईआरटीज को फॉलो करेंगे इट विल बी प्रिटी मच इजी. सो अगर हम इसे सम अप करते हैं, सो आपको तीनों सब्जेक्ट्स में एनसीईआरटीज पे आप ज्यादा फोकस करिए. फॉर any other domain also I pre-assume कि आपको NCERTs पे ज़्यादा फोकस करना है. And of course as you can see behind students की जो एक वेव है वो थोड़ी सी बाहर आ रही है. So जिनका 4:30 का slot over हो गया है वो बाहर आ रहे हैं. So stay tuned for more such reviews from the student. So we have one student, Aryan, who has just come out from the center, and let's just get to know what are his reviews about and his experience about the CUET. Hi, Aryan.
Hi.
So what subject that you've given?
Political science and sociology.
So firstly, let's talk about political science. So how was your exam for political science?
It went well. The level was, it could be compared to the board exams, but it was a little less than the board exams as well. But yeah, the difficulty was, it was all right, and the time was sufficient as well.
Okay, so timely you completed. Yeah. So was there any technical glitch while giving the test?
Yeah, I think the power went out or something, but everybody's PCs just they shut down, and it went for like for 5 to 10 seconds, and then it restarted. The time was paused and everything, so we did not face any difficulties or anything at all.
So in political science, can you gather some chapters जिनके questions ज़्यादा आए थे? किन chapters में से questions थोड़े से ज़्यादा थे which you could easily make it out?
I think in the second book, the politics in India, the first chapter had a lot of questions, as well as the first chapter was about the challenges that India faced during the partition, as well as there were many questions from the recent development in Indian politics, as well as from international organizations.
Okay, so were there case-based comprehension questions there?
The comprehensions were mainly taken from the book itself, so I wouldn't call them case-based because we had already read them in the book itself.
Okay, so there were a passage given from the book and questions related to them were asked.
Yeah.
So were there more fact-based questions or the application-based questions?
A bit of both, but in political science there wasn't really anything application-based as such, but yeah, they were more fact-based only.
So you've given political and sociology. So was that so कि आपको पहले political करना है फिर sociology
No,
करना
we
है?
had the choice. We had a simple choice, and we could choose which section and which subject we had to do first.
But you have to do one subject at a time.
At a time, yeah.
Okay.
And we couldn't move to the next subject until the time for the first exam or the first subject had run out.
Okay, and what are your reviews about sociology?
The exam, I was expecting that the exam would be difficult because first of all, in the board, for the NCERT board, we did not have as many chapters because term 1 and term 2 split, and also there were a lot of reduced syllabus. But now we had around, I don't know, there was like 10 chapters from one book, and we had 2 books, so around 20 chapters, and I was expecting it would be difficult, but it was not really difficult. It was the same difficulty as political science, so I would say it was NCERT board level.
So like sociology is a kind of subject which is more of a theoretical subject, right? And we can expect some application based or case based questions in sociology. So have you seen such questions or not?
There were some, I can't recall exactly how many of them were there, but there were more of the fact based questions, definitely.
Okay. So more or less what which all institutions or universities you are currently targeting as per CUET?
I am currently targeting the 5-year integrated course in Hyderabad University, as well as bachelor's in psychology as well as journalism in Delhi University.
Okay. I wish you all the best, Aryan. Thank you so much for your kind reviews. Thank you.
So we have with us Rupinder. Rupinder is from Panchkula Bhavan Vidyalay. So Rupinder, how was the exam? How did you find the examination?
It was very easy, and I guess if you just read your NCRT, if you're thorough with your syllabus, you'll do it very easily. I personally did not do any preparation, like legit any preparation. I just went through my notes a little bit tomorrow, and it was enough for me. But it was enough because I studied for my boards thoroughly.
So are you trying to say that if you're preparing for your boards thoroughly, then you will be able to sail through CUET easily?
Yes, of course, because 12th class students, we have given the term 1 exam, so we're used to the objective type questions. So it was the same format of questions, and there were no lengthy assertion reasoning questions as such, just simple 1 markers. So just do your NCRTs.
All right, great. And can you recall any of the questions that you got?
When was the State Reorganization Commission set up? Who was the first chairman of the Backward Classes Commission? And who was the USSR president when they invaded Afghanistan? So simple questions.
So you gave 2 tests today, right?
Yes, I gave sociology and political science.
LPG reforms?
Yeah, it was based on the railways, that the Suez Canal was formed when, and when was the railways introduced in India.
So it was more or less infrastructure question, right?
Infrastructure was the major portion. Even in the development portion, where the period of the development came because of the British, it was also asked which type of the infrastructure was mainly focused there.
Okay. So even there is one chapter that is development experience between India, China and Pakistan. So was there any question into that?
Yes, it was. It was based on China's history.
Okay. And talking about microeconomics, because numerical type of subject. So macro में से आपको क्या लग?
Difficult question goes for ज़्यादा था.
And
practical was like आपको ज़रूरत भी नहीं पड़ेगी सॉल्व करने की. Mostly oral portion था न्यूमेरिकल में भी.
So एक डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ इनकम एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट चैप्टर है जिसमें
डिबेंचर्स कैसे शो करेंगे, कैश फ्लो, डिबेंचर सस्पेंस अकाउंट कैसे मेंटेन करना है, वो सब था. डिबेंचर्स पे हम कैसे डिबेंचर्स को फाइनल
questions were based on to that. Is that so?
Yes, share capital was majorly 5 questions.
Okay.
And mostly it took my 10 minutes I guess, because उसमें प्रोराटा अलॉटमेंट कैलकुलेट करना था, जिसमें से हमें प्रोराटा अलॉटमेंट की रेशो भी नहीं दी हुई थी. अच्छा. तो प्रोराटा के बेस पे ही
आपका कैसा अटेम्प्ट रहा?
मैनेजमेंट से आया था.
So सब्सक्रिप्शन या फिर फंड?
1 question for
देन फ्रॉम रिटायरमेंट एंड डेथ कितने क्वेश्चंस होंगे एवरेजली?
1 or 2 questions.
Okay. So and from the dissolution?
Dissolution, no question was there.
Okay. So dissolution, realization expenses in
Just 1 question for realization. मतलब overall partnership DU, I have filled for DU. And
Thank you for the reviews. Thank you. Legal studies, so sure you